The Lost Islands is an Australian television series which first aired in Australia on Network 10. It later screened around the world, including the United Kingdom, France, West Germany, Italy, the Netherlands, Greece, and various other parts of Europe, as well as Israel, New Zealand, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Canada, and the United States. A hurricane nearly sinks the United World, a sailing ship holding 40 teenagers from all around the world. Most of them flee the ship in lifeboats, but the evacuating children are not counted, and 5 are left behind. The storm blows the battered ship across a reef into the lagoon of an uncharted island. The island, Tambu, is ruled by a supposedly 200-year-old immortal tyrant called Q, who came to the island on one of several ships originally bound for New Holland. In the center of the island is a valley in which the descendants of the original ship still live, in the manner of an 18th-century colonial community. Adjacent to Tambu is a smaller island, Malo, which is a barren wasteland. It is noteworthy because of a lagoon where prisoners are forced to dive for a blue weed which, according to the people of Tambu, is refined into a powder which the Q uses to extend his life. The 5 children befriend a local family, the Quins, who help them remain hidden on the island in a swamp avoided by locals because it is, according to local myth, inhabited by the ghosts of the dead. Most of the episode storylines pit the children against the Q, who fears their knowledge of the outside world is a threat to his dominion of Tambu. Unlike most Australian television series of the time, which were either entirely produced by a TV network, or a TV network in association with a local production company, The Lost Islands was a co-production between the Australian 10 network and a US studio, Paramount. 3 early episodes were edited together to make a 35mm feature film released in Australia in December 1975. The series was aired constantly in Israel during summer vacations in the 1970s and 1980s on what was then the country's only television channel, helping it reach cult status among the Israeli generation which grew up at those times. Tony Hughes as Tony, an Australian and orphan. Jane Vallis as Anna, a German. Robert Edgington as David, an American. Amanda Mott as Suine, a Chinese. Crispin Ott as Mark, a British. Margaret Nelson as Helen Margaret Quinn. Rodney Bell as Aaron James Quinn, Helen's younger brother. Michael Howard as Jason Quinn, Helen's older brother. Ron Hadrick as the Q, the tyrant of Tambu. Rick Hutton as Rufus Quad, Q's prime minister. Willie Fennell as Jeremiah Quizzle, a friend of the Quins and Q's personal servant. Cornelia Francis as Elizabeth Quinn, Helen's mother. Don Pascoe as Adam Quinn, Helen's father. Frank Gallagher and Ron Blanchard as Quick and Quell, Quad's henchman. Harry Lawrence as the Hermit, an escaped prisoner from Malo and a former friend of Adam Quinn. Harold Hopkins as Thomas Quick, one of Q's guards who befriends the children after Suine saves his life. Wallace Eaton as school headmaster Quilter. Kent Strickland as Quimby, the village brat. Diane Berryman as Bess, the Q's ward who befriends Tony. Peter Adams as Jimmy Williams, a pilot who was stranded on Tambu when his plane crashed in episode 8. Peter Sumner as Christian Dobler, a German sailor and school teacher who was stranded on Tambu in episode 16.